it's Maureen Legac with your 21 Days 2016 series and your tech tidbit for day 9. Today we're going to talk about your meta titles, meta descriptions, and submitting your sitemap to Google so that Google can index your site so that when someone searches with keywords that match what your site's about and what you've defined in your meta titles and descriptions, you can be found. So we're going to go back to your KW website, go to Technology, KW Websites, go to your website, and we are going to edit a website. And I'm just going to edit this site. It's blank. I haven't set the site up. It's the luxury site that if you're a Luxury Homes member, you have your Placer site, but you also get a luxury site. So I'm going to just edit this site. There's nothing on there. That way I can show you what you need to do. When you're in here under Sites and you come down here to the section called Site Info, that's the first place to add a meta title and meta description. So I'm going to click on Site Info and I'm going to come down here to the bottom where it says meta title, meta description. And I keep these a little consistent between each page, although it's not exactly the same. It needs to define what's on that page. So this is for my whole website. So the first thing I'm going to put here is my name. And then I'm going to put this vertical line, which is on your keypad right above the Enter button. It shares it's the shift of the forward slash. So I'm going to put that, and then I'm going to put a space just to separate that. And I'm going to put the name of my group, Florida Gulf Coast Group. And then I'm going to talk, I'm going to say something about what the website's about. So I might say Sarasota Homes for Sale, Bradenton Homes for Sale, Central Florida Homes for Sale. I might say something of what my site's about. Then on the meta description, I might say use the MLS to search homes for sale in Sarasota, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, and the Islands. Compliments of Maureen Legac. Something, you know, whatever it is that you want that to say. Now let me just show you where that's going to appear. So if we go to Google and we do a Google search, our websites start to show up for particular keywords. So here, Maureen Legac, there's the line, Florida Gulf Coast Group, and there's my website, Agent Maureen Legac. So on the agent page, that's what I have written. Here's the main page, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Bradenton, Maureen Legac. That's what I put at the top. And then the website appears, and then here is the meta description. Search all properties in the MLS for Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Bradenton, and the surrounding areas. So when someone is searching you, this is the title, and these are the keywords, the description that appears. And so you want to make sure that what you put there is inviting enough for someone to click, and that it covers the content that's on your page. So if I had put something in here that had nothing to do with real estate or the Sarasota area or me, then it wouldn't be as valid, because when Google reads that page, it wants to see that what I've described it as is really what that page is about. So make sure that when you're doing your meta title that it is somewhat consistent for all of your pages, and that the description describes what it is that the page is about. Now let me see here. Let me find, there's a description about how long these titles and descriptions should be. If you click the Help button in the upper right hand corner, it will take you to the Place to Help page, and you put in meta title, and there's a there's a option here for adding meta title and meta description to your home page. Now if I click this, there'll be information here showing you what the title is we just talked about and what the description is and how to add that to your page. Now this is a little bit long, this description. Let me just show you why. If I look at some of these descriptions, if there's too much in the description, you end up with a ... and that doesn't look very professional. So you want to make sure that you have enough information but not too much so that it goes off to the next line. So what I would recommend would be, let's go back to this page. Now right here on one of the pages it gives the rule, try to limit your description to no more than 155 characters and your title to no more than 55 characters. So that's the rule of thumb for the meta titles and descriptions. So under the site settings, the first thing is the site info. Then on every page that you have, on every blog post, on every agent description, every testimonial, every area, you have the ability to add the meta title and meta description. So how do you do that? Well, this is the about page. So I'll go back and I'll put, to be consistent, Maureen, Legac, and Florida Gulf Coast Group, and then I might put about Maureen, because that'll show up in everyone looking at a Google description here would be able to see that this is the About Maureen page. Let me see if I can find one. Let's see. So I mentioned here this one, Maureen, Legac, Michael Shep's Live Your Dream, Meet the Team. So everyone knows that's a Meet the Team page. And then description is Meet the Florida Gulf Coast Team, Gulf Coast Group, and so on. So you want to make it a little descriptive about what the page is about. So this is about. So I might say, Meet Maureen Legac with the Florida Gulf Coast Group serving, and put your areas in there because you want Google to pick up on that. Sarasota, Bradenton, Lakewood, Ranch, whatever the key areas are, Florida. And if I had enough room, I might put search the MLS. And so that would be the about page, because we're talking about meeting Maureen, and that would be information on the about page, and you'd save that. And you go through and you do that for every single page, every blog post, all of the details, and you get all of that metadata in there before you're ready to submit your sitemap to Google. So how do we do that? I'm going to go back to site settings, and I am going to, actually I'm going to click on sites here. I'm going to look at the site that we have, and on the site that we're working with, you view the sitemap. And this is what the website looks like. This is the map that Google's going to use to index. Let me check something. Now, a couple of things. First, I always have my custom domain name set up prior to sending the sitemap to Google. This site does not have the custom domain set up yet. Second, I always, let me go back here. I always have all the meta titles and descriptions done. Third, I add my Google Analytics tracking number, which is not done here. And then fourth, I verify my site on Google, which is not yet done here. So those are the 4 steps I do prior to submitting the sitemap. Once you have those in place, to submit the sitemap, you want to go to your Google account. And you do a search, submit sitemap to Google, and it comes up with the instructions. You want to go to your Google Search Console page, click Crawl, click Sitemaps, click Add, and then put the sitemap XML. Now where we got that is when we just looked at our website sitemap at the top, the name of the site, now remember that should be a custom name, and then sitemap index, and that's the part you want to copy, sitemap_index.xml, and that's the part you're going to submit to crawl on your Search Console. Your website, if you've done the Google Analytics and you have verified the site, it will already know the name of your site. It'll know the custom domain. So you're just saying, take that custom domain, put this on the end of it, which is this whole part here, with your when it has your custom domain, not this temporary domain, and you're going to submit that to Google. So if you don't know where to find your Search Console, then you search Google for Search Console. It'll take you there. But you should have your Search Console set up already once you have done your site tracking and site verification. All right, now why do you need to do that? Why do you need to submit this to Google? Well, in order to index or have your site show up in Google searches, Google has to go through it and determine what each page is so it could help users find those pages. So it's kind of like I mentioned in class when I teach a recipe book, in the back there's an index, and if you want to make lasagna, you go to the back and look up lasagna, and it tells you what pages lasagna is on, so you can go to those pages. Well, that's similar. Google's going to take your site and it's going to go through it and it's going to create links to certain pages based on your keywords, and when someone types those keywords, it's going to point them to those pages. All right, so that's it for today. You could easily search for the sitemap submit and for Search Console on Google to get information. You can also come up here to the help, click help, and then you want to search for submit sitemap to Google, and instructions come up. Click submit sitemap to Google and it'll go through and explain how to do that. All right, hope you have a great day.